kadu guys. Pai lagu everyone. So for people who don't understand pai lagu means to pay respect to people, whom I adore, and I adore you all. So pai lagu. So today is 12th December. Just give me a second, guys. As you people already know, I am a clumsy guy. So 12th December 2025 today. Oh my god. And my name is Shubh. It's Shubh. There's a singer. So Shubham Sagar, you can connect with me on LinkedIn if you want to. I'm not on Facebook. I have deactivated Facebook. I'm not on Instagram. I have deleted Instagram. And the reason is LinkedIn is the new Facebook and Instagram, guys. Everything which you can do on Facebook and Instagram, people are doing it on LinkedIn these days. Oh my god. And again, this is the Telegram channel. I will share the Hindu analysis PDF by 9:30 a.m. on this channel. Very good. So yesterday, let me first of all cross check is everything fine or not, and you people can hear me or not. Facebook and Instagram, guys. Everything which yeah. Cool. Harshini, good morning, Payalagu. So yeah, let's start the discussion with yesterday's homework. Or oh my god, yesterday's question. This was the question. This is a PYQ. There are multiple PYQs which has been asked on, or which have been, or whatever it has been asked related to. Questions have been asked related to ASEAN, guys. PYQs, multiple. So what is the answer of this question? Good morning. Which one of the following country is not a member of ASEAN? Iltush, Harshini. Vietnam, Brunei, Darussalam, Bangladesh, and Myanmar. So Harshini has given the answer, Bangladesh. Do remember the mnemonic for ASEAN country, guys. Just give me a second. BPL TV mimics plus Timor Leste. Now there are 10 countries. So BPL TV mimics plus Timor Leste. So Brunei, Philippines, Laos, Thailand, Vietnam, Myanmar, Malaysia, Indonesia, Cambodia, Singapore, and Timor Leste. Very good. So Harshini, Iltush, they have given the answer. The answer is Bangladesh. Cool. Let's start the discussion today. And again, today all 5 articles are very dense, guys. There are some days which are actually tricky. So today is that tricky day. Every article is equally dense, equally important, and whatnot. So we have to be very serious. So why human rating matters as India prepares for Gaganyaan? So Gaganyaan mission, our human, like we want to send 3 Indians to low Earth orbit, and we want to do that is Gaganyaan mission, human mission, and humans will be sent to space. Indian humans will be sent to space. 3 humans will be sent to low Earth orbit. So this whole thing, Gaganyaan, was conceptualized in 2018. The plan was the plan to send these 3 Indians to space, low Earth orbit, was 2022, 75 years of India's independence. But now they are saying it will be done in 25 or 26 now. Some people are saying they will be doing it in 27. So again, dates get changed, guys. Years get, and these things, delay is the new norm in this current India. Everything, bullet train, any scheme you look at, smart city, this and that, delay is the new norm. So Gaganyaan is no exception to that, and nobody is going to ask questions, because who will ask questions? Media is involved somewhere else in inciting one religion against another. So this thing is again delayed. It will be delayed maybe 5 years or more, because, and there is one thing which we cannot compromise with, that is human safety. In that regard, this, good morning TH, in that regard rather, human rating matters. What is human rating? As the name suggests, this whole flight, this will be taken off, and when we're talking about Gaganyaan, so there'll be a GSLV LM, now it is known as LVM3. So earlier there was GSLV Mark 3 rocket. So PSLV, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, and then GSLV. And so PSLV used to carry our earlier satellites. It used to carry lighter satellite, because that was the limit of its capability. And then came GSLV, which can carry heavier satellite. In that also, GSLV, geosynchronous satellite launch vehicle, there are different variants. Mk3 Mark 3 is one such variant, which is now known as LVM3, launch vehicle Mark 3. So now it will be human tested. That means basically you are testing different flights. How much survivability, how much chance of catastrophic loss is there? Human rating is how much chance of catastrophic loss, and what is an acceptable risk level. See, there are different entities. Good morning, Anandu. Good morning, TH. So there are different entities who do these testing. Like in US, you have NASA. Similarly, in Russia, you have Roscosmos. In China, they have CMSA. Chinese Manned Space Agency or something like that, CMSA. All these are giving human rating certificates. So it's not like it's a unified criteria and it's a worldwide accepted criteria. The certification can vary from place to place. It can, whatever certification NASA is giving, maybe China and Roscosmos, Russia, will give some more or different standard. But we will try to understand the basic rationale involved here. So NASA standard 0.2% chance of catastrophic loss of crew. So if you have 99.8% chance of success, then that is human rating for NASA. Cool. And again, you can see all the points. Why human rating is challenging? Because let's talk about if we are comparing PSLV, GSLV, these rockets launch vehicles with aircraft. Aircrafts operates in gentler environment with wider safety margin. Like we have seen what happened with Air India a few days back in India and all. This is one fatal accident per 10-20 million flights, guys. The success rate is much higher when you talk about normal aircraft. But launch vehicles are not at all normal. You can see acceleration happening to 28,000 kilometers per hour in minutes, and that's why these human ratings matter. But not every rocket, etc., you can do this human rating. Why not? Because this is very expensive. Second thing is, to make or to certify a particular rocket as human safe rocket, or so to say, you need to have something known as crew module system, a crewscape system. And I'll tell you something, and then we'll go on and read this article. So there is something known as crewscape system. If you want to make a particular launch vehicle human rated and human safe or human certified, you have to have crewscape system. Now crewscape system will have their own weight. So if you are certifying some entity as human rated, first of all, it's expensive. Why? Because now you have to add this thing to this whole rocket crewscape system, which will increase the weight of this particular launch vehicle, so to say, which in turn can lead to some other catastrophic things, because you're increasing the weight. So it will come with its own set of ramifications. You will understand each and everything. Just be with me and we will try to understand and delineate each and everything which is there in this article. So orbit class, again, you can read all these things. Now, let's focus on the points. Human rated launch vehicles, what we have currently. Russia has Soyuz, China has Long March. In UPSC pre, they can give you this. Long March 2F is a Russia's human rated launch vehicle. That would be wrong. So in that regard, you have to keep it in mind. And again, there are different entities who are giving these human rating certificate. It's not a one size fit all approach. It's not like everywhere worldwide NASA is giving certification. NASA is giving certification for their own vehicles. China has CMSA. Russia has Roscosmos. Remember these words. Then there is something called as JAXA. JAXA belongs to which country, guys? If you know it, post it in the comment section. JAXA, Roscosmos, CMSA, NASA is fine. JAXA belongs to which particular country? So Roscosmos, they certify Soyuz rocket. I will tell you what are the things which are important. We'll solve some questions. You will remember each and everything. Success rate. Russia, 98% success rate. US, 98.5%. And SpaceX Falcon 9. And if you're talking about Elon Musk, 100% success. China, 100% success. You can see here. And again, after this crewscape system, which was installed by Russia, they have also reached to 100%. And that's why even when we are sending people by, LVM-3 in Gaganyaan, we will have this crewscape system. What happens in crewscape system? So you have this rocket, and when let's say this launch vehicle, LVM-3, we see that there are certain issues with this launch vehicle, then this crew module will detach, and then it will fall in Indian Ocean or somewhere else in the water via parachute. Oh my god, parachute. So this is crew module crewscape system. So again, crewscape system has increased the efficacy of Soj and 100% crew survival, and that's why LVM-3 will also go through this human rating. That's what this article is saying. Our GSLV Mark 3, which is now known as LVM-3, they will be also going through this human rating. We will also have this crew module crewscape system, so to say, and then it will be called as HLVM3, that is human rated LVM3. So these are the points which you have to keep in mind. So Harshini, Iltu, Stichich, Anandu, all of you have given the answer. Japan, very good. Yeah. So why all rockets are not human rated? Because they're complex, they're expensive, and they add extra mass. As we have discussed, you should have crewscape system. If you should have crewscape system, that in turn will increase the cost, increase the weight, and can introduce new failure modes. So it's easier said than done. You're trying to rectify one issue, but then some other issues can pop up or crop up, whatever way you want to call it. Pop up, pop up, pop up. So India's human rated rocket for Gaganyaan 3, LVM-3. LVM-3, GSLV Mark 3, and it's a three-stage rocket. We have discussed it: solid, liquid, cryogenic. engine which you're using, and we know how they work, how this whole rocket system work. First they will use the solid fuel, then this will detach to make rocket lighter, then they will use liquid fuel, then it will detach, and in the upper stages when it is going to space, it will use cryogenic at lesser temperature, cryogenic. Now there are names which are given to these solid, liquid and cryogenic engines. Solid engine is known as S200 booster, guys. Remember these facts, they're important, they're tricky. Solid engines, S200 booster. Then liquid engine, Vikas engine. This is liquid. And then the cryogenic is C25 cryogenics, as the name suggests. That is easier to understand, right? So LVM3, launch vehicle Mark 3 and GSLV Mark 3, it will be upgraded, it will be certified. Whatsoever money, will be needed, Indian government will provide it. And it will have, you can see all the other stuff. It is chosen because it has been successful. It has 7 consecutive, like you can see here. The success rate of GSLV Mark 3 or LVM3 is very high. Most reliable ISRO rocket, the carrying capacity, the weight which it can carry is much larger than the earlier GSLV rockets as well as PSLV rockets. And just remember, they can ask you, Vikas engine is a solid engine. That will be wrong. Vikas engine is liquid engine, S200 booster is the solid engine, and C25 cryogenic is fine. And all these things are indigenous. These 3 engines, solid, liquid, cryogenic, they are all indigenous. So this is how GSLV used to work, and LVM3 now works. PSLV was solid, liquid, solid, liquid, solid, liquid, solid, liquid. So this was how their engine used to work, basically. Cool. So supports India's Atmanirbhar Bharat, blah blah blah. Let's solve some questions so that you can remember stuff, whatever we have just discussed. Cruise cake system used in Gaganyaan is designed to do what? Deploy solar panels during orbit, provide additional thrust during ascent, quickly separate the crew module from the launch vehicle in case of an emergency, control the spacecraft during re-entry. Harshini has given the answer. I love you. Have you people heard about Pomodoro, guys? Anyone? Have you heard about Pomodoro? Yes or no? So the answer is, as stated by Harshini, Iltush, Anandu and Teach H. That is Teach H. Quickly separate the crew module from the launch vehicle in case of an emergency. Very good. MCQ 2. With reference to LVM3, consider the following statement. Its first stage consists of S200 solid, liquid or rocket boosters. Its second stage uses Vikas engine. Its third stage uses the CE20 cryogenic engine. How many of the statements are correct? Very good. Do you use it, Harshini? Do you use Pomodoro? Teach H. What is your name, Teach H? Do you also use Pomodoro? If you use Pomodoro, which version do you use? You use 25/5, you use 50/10, or you use your own variant? Because I personally felt Pomodoro is awesome, but you have to, uh, what I can say, it's not like 25/5 will work for all, 50/10 will work for all. So you have to have your own Pomodoro. It can be 52/17, you know. Sometimes I use it, sir. Cool. So which model you use, Harshini? Or which thing of variant of Pomodoro? So who answered this particular question? Harshini, Mad King, Iltush, Teach H, and Teach H. What is your name, guy? Rishi, they have given the answer 50/10. Pradeep Kareti. There's one friend, like student of mine, Pradeep Kareti. He's an intelligence officer, very good guy. Oh my god, he's the most humble guy I have ever talked to. So awesome. Given this year mains, giving this year CAPF interview, working as an intelligence officer, married, everything sorted for him. So first stage consists of S200 solid rocket, that is correct. Second stage uses Vikas engine, that is also correct. Third stage you see all the statements are correct. D is the answer as stated by all of you. Very good. MCQ 3. Vikas engine used in ISRO launch vehicles are what? Solid fuel engines, liquid engines, cryogenic engines, using liquid hydrogen, hybrid engine using both solid and liquid fuel. What is Vikas? Vikas. Sabka saath, sabka vikas. That means I will take everybody along. I will ensure that progress is happening for each and everyone. Ha ha ha, what a joke. No, it's not a joke, it's a reality. So, Harshini, Anandu, Rishi, they have given the answer for B. Like Vikas engine is liquid engine. S200 are the solid fuel engines. And in cryogenic engine, the name only suggests it is cryogenic. So answer here is B. As stated by Harshini, Anandu, Rishi, Iltush and Pradeep. Okay, guys, let's move on. Again, as I told you, all the articles are tricky articles today, so let's focus. Today is somewhat a tricky day. Page number 9, opinion GS3 is, and big articles, guys. Is the falling rupee a cause of, see, everything is simple for you people. I've already simplified it. For me, it becomes tedious to take all 5 dense articles. But yes, I don't take easy articles every, because it's not fun. So is the falling rupee a cause for alarm? Important article from pre-mains every perspective, and our rupee is hovering around 90. Many people are like, we will make a century here, even though Surya Kumar Yadav and Subman Gill, they are not making century, but that thing will be done by rupee for us. So how bad this is, this like the whole situation? There are two friend of mine, Sabnavis and Banerjee. These two are very good kids, and they have given some very substantial points. Like, when it is like, see, understand one thing, falling rupee is a very good thing for our exporters. Let me give you a summary what these two cutie pies are saying. So it is good for exporters. Why it is good for exporters? Let's try to understand. Let's say our earlier $1 was rupees 60. Let's say currently our $1 is rupees 90. These people from US, etc., they are paying in dollars, right? So earlier, let's say, and we are selling in rupees. So earlier, let's say our we are exporting something which is rupees 120. So they were paying $2. If we take this $1 rupees 60, so earlier they were paying $2. Now they have to pay 1 point like 33 or 120 by 90, 12, 4 by 3, $1.33. So because of the depreciation of Indian rupee, they are paying less amount now. Earlier they were paying $2, now they are paying only $1.33. So that's why exports will increase. And exporters today is facing a very dicey situation because of the Trump tariff and whatever he has done in US against Indian goods, right? So in that regard, falling rupee is a good thing for us. But when you people will become big enough, 18 plus, you will read about balance of payment, BOP. In BOP, you have current account, capital account, right? In current account, you have BOT, that is balance of trade, export, import. We know generally, and there is capital account. So generally, India has a current account deficit, capital account surplus, more so because of the fact that we import more than we export. So as we have discussed, falling rupee is good for our export, bad for our import. Oil, fertilizer, etc. And we import more. So you can understand, import factor will be impacted. But all in all, this article is saying that not to worry, not don't worry too much. It's fine. We are much better than most of the currencies of the world, and it's fine. It's not because of the structural issues of Indian economy. It's just because of certain volatility which has been created mainly by Trump. So it's fine. Don't worry too much. And you will understand. It's not like I'm taking one side or the other. I'm just giving you a basic perspective. Why is rupee falling? Sabnavis, who is one of the two guys who is talking about things here, he's saying that why it is happening. Current account deficit is increasing. That means we are importing more than we are exporting, which is a general scenario which happens as we have discussed. Balance of payment, current account, capital account. India generally has current account deficit and capital account surplus. Then we borrow more to compensate for our deficit. China has an opposite situation. Current account surplus, like current account, what I was saying, yeah, current account surplus they have and capital account deficit. So again, let's focus. We will understand each and everything. So why is our rupee falling? We are importing more. If you are importing more, then dollar will appreciate and the other currency will depreciate, which is happening in our case also. FPI turning negative. We have talked about this particular case earlier also. Foreign portfolio investment, how it is different from FDI, foreign direct investment. FPI, FII, same, not different. So foreign portfolio investment, these, foreign investors who are investing in our shares, bonds, etc., they are getting more interest somewhere else. So they are doing something known as outflows. FPI outflows. Outflows means they are withdrawing money from India because they are getting more interest somewhere else, or maybe they are skeptical about the volatility surrounding Indian market because of what Trump is doing. So there are multiple factors. They are withdrawing money. If they are withdrawing money, obviously, lesser and lesser entities will want to invest in India. If nobody or lesser people are investing in India, lesser entities are investing in India, obviously your rupee will deteriorate. So that's what they are saying. Falling forex reserve. So forex reserve means how much dollar we have. Let's say we want to import oil, we want to import fertilizer, we have to pay them in dollars. Most of these countries in dollars, except some countries where you have currency, local currency transaction. So how much dollar you have? We have around 11 months reserve, but it is falling. So that is one reason. Delay uncertainty, we have discussed this 1,000 times. US and its policies, that is also playing a role in depreciation. Limited RBI intervention, we have talked about this in the previous lectures. RBI is saying that we are not a rigid, we follow flexible policy. Flexible means market factors will determine where rupee will go. Until unless something drastic happens, we are not going to intervene. Many people are believing that maybe if RBI intervene a little bit, rupee will be stabilized, but then we will be altering the demand and supply mechanics of how market works. So let market forces do it work right now. If something very worse happens, rupee goes beyond 100, then we will think maybe RBI will intervene. Portfolio outflows, as we have discussed, investors finding better returns abroad, import rising faster than export, which is generally the case with India because we have a current account deficit, and that also increases the value of dollar because worldwide, more often than not, people are paying in dollars. ठीक है. So these are some of the factors which you can use in your mains answer why rupee is falling. Now the second question, does a falling rupee indicate economic weakness? No. Structurally, there is no such issue as far as figures are concerned. We have talked about it. Whether those figures are fabricated or fudged, we are not going there. We have discussed it yesterday. 8.2% GDP growth rate, high. Inflation is low. We have discussed it in 1,000 previous articles, hovering around 0.5% inflation. Monetary policy, rate cut has happened. So they are also accommodative. Fiscal discipline. It's not like central and state government. They're spending a lot of money here, there, everywhere. They're maintaining a fiscal deficit. That means, discipline. They're following FRBM Act to a certain extent. Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act. Forest reserves cover 11th month of imports. So all in all, India is not facing any structural issue, so to say. It's not because of us, mainly because of the volatility and mainly because of the Trump policies. This depreciation is happening. Cool. Fall driven more by sentiment and short-term factors. Trump. Benefits of a falling rupee, as we have discussed. When rupee depreciate, exports become more competitive. That is what they are saying, and it will help. Exporters are currently very distressed because of the restrictions imposed by Trump. So they will be benefited by this depreciating rupee, and maybe that's why RBI is not intervening here. Service